Have you been asked to find peer-reviewed articles for a research assignment yet? If not, you probably will in the near future. Why do profs ask you to find peer-reviewed articles? What's the big deal with peer review? And what is peer review anyway? Why is it so important? As you know, profs and TAs at colleges and universities are up to a lot more than just teaching students. They're also busy creating new knowledge. They create this new knowledge by studying what people already know and then experimenting to find out more. This new knowledge might be a new way of thinking about a problem, understanding a poem, understanding how humans interact with computers, or the nature of the physical world itself. So what does all this have to do with peer-reviewed articles? Well, over time, let's say the past 250 years or so, peer-reviewed articles have become a standard way to keep track of new knowledge that's being produced. Peer-reviewed articles are different from other types of writing because they're scrutinized by expert scholars. Before we get into that, let's first look at how new knowledge is often produced. Say you're a researcher, like your prof, and you have an idea for a research study. To carry out the study, you need money, so you often apply for a grant, but not always. If your idea is selected, you get some money to help carry out your research. Then you collect the results, analyze it, and explain what it all means. At this point, you likely attend a conference or meeting that's interested in your new knowledge, and you share some of your results, get some feedback informally. Then you take what you have and write it up as a draft article, also called a manuscript, which you then submit to a journal publisher. At the publisher, an editor will take a look at your submission, and if she thinks it's a good fit for the journal, she'll send a copy of your submission to a group of experts to judge your work. And this is where peer review happens. These experts are considered your peers because they have similar research areas as yours, hence the term peer review. They're also sometimes called referees, and so peer-reviewed articles are also called refereed articles. These peers are considered experts because they've already contributed a lot of new knowledge themselves, and have established good reputations and tend to stay up to date on what's going on in their field. In this peer review process, they look at your submission and ask questions like, what is this new knowledge about? Is it interesting? Is it significant? What methods did you use to come up with it? Do you make sense? Are you logical? And most importantly, has this knowledge already been discovered by someone else? If they think your work meets their standards, they'll recommend your manuscript be published as an article in their journal. But even then, they usually ask you to make changes to improve it. Most submissions don't get accepted. Anywhere from 30 to 90% of submissions are rejected. The most prestigious journals tend to have a higher rejection rate. And this whole process can happen within a few weeks or up to 2 years. Once the journal is published, it is sent to a library that subscribes to it, and it usually is a library because individual subscriptions are very expensive. From the library, students and researchers can find out about this new knowledge and develop an idea for a research study of their own. So let's recap. Peer-reviewed articles are an integral part of how new knowledge is created and shared. The peer review process can also happen when applying for a grant and when planning a conference program. Conference papers are often published and made available through the library. By the way, like all established systems, the peer review process has its critics, and scholars continue to think about how the peer review process might be improved. If you need help finding peer-reviewed articles on your topic, check the library's article databases or ask a librarian.